Now, since a lot of the evidence was already provided by the Senate, anong mangyayari next? Ipapatawag sila or the OMB can get additional evidence pursuant to this. At hindi sila pwedeng i-deny ng PNP, hindi sila pwedeng sabihan ng DOJ, ay hindi nyo kami pwedeng imbestigahan, hindi pwedeng ganon. So the OMB can add additional evidence to that, and if they work quickly before bumaba po sa retirement niya si OMB Martires, the case can be filed. Okay? So ano yung pag-final ang kaso na ito? Saan ito pupunta? Sa MOLEO to, military, ganyan-ganyan, and other uniform personnel yan. So, what happens? Now, si General Marbil is, hindi ko alam kung kailan ang retirement dito, but you cannot retire kapag, well, you can retire but you will not get your benefits kung mayroong kang kaso sa ombudsman, among others. So, in addition to that, yun na nga, may mga nawi-withhold na benefits pagka pending yung kaso ninyo. So, it can be filed while the OMB is still there. And meaning filed, as sa preliminary investigation ito, it is entirely possible na ma-file ito sa Sandigan Bayan before mag-retire si OMB. So just to clarify, yung pag-file po ni Senator Amy ng kanyang reklamo, the Office of the Ombudsman, it looks like it is a request for investigation or and it can be done by any person, any individual, including her. Very interesting yung paggawa ni Senator Amy kasi hindi na niya inintay na matapos magkaroon ng committee report. Initin ko ha. So maraming magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Trixie Cruz Angeles. Ang platforms natin ngayon, Facebook at YouTube lang po. Kasi hindi ko pa inaayos dahil nagmamadali. Dahil nag-aaral pa ako eh. So, but I wanted to clarify this one. So yung final po ni Senadora Amy, is very interesting, both in its timing at saka yung paggamit nila ng request for investigation sa Office of the Ombudsman. So, anong nangyari dito? So, after the findings dun sa, hindi pa tapos yung Senate hearings. Ay, ako ba yung nagsabi noon, Ian? Ako ba yun? Grabe kayo sa akin. Anyway. So, dun sa case sa Senadora Amy, nakita natin online sa social media yung kanyang pagpa-file ng mga reklamo sa Office of the Ombudsman. Ang ginagawa niya is nagre-refer siya ng ebidensya na nakuha doon sa dalawang Senate hearing na na-hold niya at yung mga admissions na ginawa ng ilang mga opisyales doon who were under oath at the time. Ibig sabihin, these are sworn statements made verbally in the Senate hearing. Halimbawa, yung mga admissions ni General Torre, particular na pagdating dyan sa kanyang alinsunod sa kanyang obligasyon sa pagpapadala kay PRD. Obligasyon, supposedly, dahil law enforcer siya at may siya po ang nag-enforce ng mga warrants of arrest. Now, unusual kasi nga the warrant of arrest here wasn't issued by a local judge. And dito sa Pilipinas, in order to arrest somebody, the warrant must be a local judge. And hindi niya ginawa yon, he did not bring PRD to a local judge in order that an order be issued for a warrant. Therefore, yung arrest na ginawa ni General Torre is questionable and may arbitrary detention. But that's not what Senator Amy is filing. Additional lang yun. Additional pa yun. In other words, yung mga crimes like arbitrary detention and all that ay sa DOJ yan fina-file. Pero sa Ombudsman pumunta si Sen Amy. O bakit? Because under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, yung persuading another person or being persuaded to act, bigay ko yung precise na batas, to act against your mandate is a violation nga of RA 3019. So, dun sa Ombudsman sila pumunta. Interesting, di ba? Tama yung ginawa ni Sen Amy, dun siya sa Ombudsman pumunta. Imbis na mag-file siya ng ordinary crime na arbitrary detention, may ebidensya naman, umamin naman si General Torre. May pending na habeas corpus case. So, pwede naman niyang i-file for investigation, pero doon yun, i-file sa DOJ. So, pumunta si Sen Amy sa Ombudsman. Bakit sa Ombudsman? Under the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, Section 3, letter A, persuading, inducing, or influencing another public officer to perform an act constituting a violation of rules and regulations duly promulgated by competent authority, or an offense in connection with official duties of the latter, or allowing himself to be persuaded, induced, or influenced to commit such a violation or offense. Pag sinabi yung word na offense, violation ng batas. So, kasi persuading, inducing, or influencing another public officer, o ikaw, kinonvince niya. So, General Torre convinced his people to arrest PRD even without a valid warrant, even without a local court. They arrested him, deported him, basically deported a citizen. O isa pa yan, marami pa tayong pwedeng ikaso dito. So, an act constituting violation of rules and regulations, duly promulgated, or an offense. What is an offense? Pagka sinabi mong offense, violation ng criminal laws yan. In connection with the official duties of the latter. So, offense, meaning, official duty naman nila mag-aresto. Totoo yun. Pero mali yung pagka-arrest. At doon mismo, lumabas na sa Senate investigation dahil sa mga admissions nitong si General Torre. So, marami pa yan. It's in addition to those that can be filed against Sec Boying, Sec John Vic, and all that. Okay. So, or himself being persuaded. Ibig sabihin, kung inutusan siya ni General Marbil, ni Chief Marbil, then he allowed himself to be persuaded to commit a violation or offense pursuant to his official duties. Okay. So, maganda. People who get mixed up. So, it was important. Most people took it for granted na, sige, ombudsman. It's actually a smart move and the correct move because violation nga siya ng Section 3, letter A ng Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. Iba pa yung maaaring i-file sa DOJ, yung mga arbitrary detention, ganyan. Yan, sa DOJ pa yan. So there are more. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. May live pa po tayo mamaya. Hindi ko lang talaga mapigilan ng sarili ko kasi pinapanood ko yung filing ni Sen. Aimee. Now, is this already a case? Not yet. But what she did was she turned over evidence and then made a request for investigation. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Because the ombudsman can investigate violations, mandato ng ombudsman to investigate violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. That's exactly their mandate. Magbubukas ngayon ng investigasyon nitong mga to, ang OMB, habang si Justice Martires pa ang nakaupo. Okay? Now, since a lot of the evidence was already provided by the Senate, anong mangyayari next? Ipapatawag sila or the OMB can get additional evidence pursuant to this. At hindi sila pwedeng i-deny ng PNP, hindi sila pwedeng sabihan ng DOJ, hindi nyo kami pwedeng imbestigahan, hindi pwedeng ganon. So the OMB can add additional evidence to that, and if they work quickly before bumaba po sa retirement niya si OMB Martires, the case can be filed. Okay? So ano yung pag-final ang kaso na ito? Saan to pupunta? Sa MOLEA to, military, ganyan-ganyan, and other uniform personnel yan. So, what happens? Now, si General Marbil is, hindi ko alam kung kailan ang retirement dito, but you cannot retire kapag, you can retire but you will not get your benefits kung mayroong kang kaso sa ombudsman, among others. So, in addition to that, yun na nga, may mga nawi-withhold na benefits pagka pending yung kaso ninyo. So, it can be filed while the OMB is still there. And meaning filed as sa preliminary investigation ito, it is entirely possible na ma-file ito sa Sandigan Bayan before mag-retire si OMB. But that will really depend on how long the investigation will take. Pero yun yung ginawa ni Sen. Bakit importante din yung timing ni Sen. Aimee? Hindi niya inintay na gumawa ng committee report. Hindi niya inintay na i-approve ng Senado through the Senate President yung findings ng committee. Because nga, anybody can access. Since these documents are already transcribed and were done under oath, it is not necessary for the Senate itself to ratify anything or make them official. Kailangan lang tatakan ng library or ng record section ng Senate. Okay. Sabi ni Julian's World, yay, Marbil will na, kung pending yung kaso when he retires, ha? Hindi ko sinasabing he won't get his benefits now. Kung pending yung kaso when he retires, wala yon until the case is resolved with finality. Huwag muna kayong nega, ganito yan. Kung ma-file siya sa Sandigan Bayan, hindi na nasa ombudsman yung kaso. Prosecutor yung ombudsman. Okay? It will be much more difficult pag umabot yung kaso sa Sandigan Bayan. Huwag naman kayong dismissive. Ang totoo niyan is that the most difficult na pag defense lawyer ka is humarap sa Sandigan Bayan. Kasi 3 justices yan, not judges, 3 justices ang hinaharap mo. So it's not going to be that easy. I'm not saying it's impossible for miracles to happen there. But what I'm saying is that you cannot just say, hawak ni BBM yung ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Kasi kung iisipin ninyong talo kayo, di talo na talaga. Kasi ang ginagawa ninyo, you make it acceptable to people na may daya. Let's not do that. Huwag na natin sabihin, kaso hawak ganito, ganito, ganito. it's actually even harder than you think. Of course, it succeeds in some cases. Pero bakit mo pangungunahan? Bakit nyo sasabihin para tanggapin ng mga tao na magkakaroon ng dayaan? Let's not help them. Okay, let's not help them by making it acceptable na may mangyari. Yeah, correct. Sabi ni Ferdinand, kung ma-convict, wala na yung retirement benefits, leave credits na lang. Correct yun. What's the difference between judge and justices? Mas mababa yung ranko ng judges. So judges are usually the ones who hold trial. Although in the Philippines, the Court of Appeals can still hold the trial. Justice na yung nasa level na yun. So if you call justice a judge, parang dinemote mo siya. So justices have a higher rank. So the Sandigan Bayan is presided over by justices. So, kumbaga, what we're doing here is to help characterize itong mga nilalaban natin. Kasi ang nangyayari dito, lumalaban nga tayo, pero may mga nagsasabi, kasi ganito naman mangyayari, kasi they're in power, kasi ganito. No, may lakas pa rin tayo under the law. Tingnan ninyo, hindi pa rin the cases in the Supreme Court, hindi nyo ba napapansin, kahit paano, takot yung mga administration officials na humaharap sa Korte Suprema. Which means, there is always hope, may laban tayo. Ang masama is when there are people who are fighting for our cause, tapos ayaw nyo man lang bigyan ng konting encouragement, sasabihin niyo ay wala yan kasi in power itong mga ito, ay kasi ganito. What will now be the motive for other people to fight back kung sasabihin ninyo na kaso ganito kaso ganyan, uunahan nyo ng nega? Encourage people to fight back, encourage to fight smart, fight legal. Kaya nga pag nagsasabi tayo, okay lang yan, yung people power type na change. Why? Because it's legal. So, when we fight back using the law, when we fight back using our rights, these things must be encouraged. Kasi ito nga ay paraan. It equalizes things. Huwag nyong tulungan yung kalaban na by demoralizing those who are fighting back. Diba? O kung anuhin tayo, kung bigyan tayo ng problema, o let's say it's difficult talaga, you're filing the case, you're trying to prove something and all that, balik ka ng balik sa hukuman, you're worried about the objectivity of the officials that you have to deal with, but you fight anyway. Hindi ba ganun naman talaga? Kahit dun sa revolusyon ng 1898, dehadong-dehado yung mga kakampi natin. Dehadong-dehado yung mga bayani natin, kaya nga bayani ang tawag natin sa kanila, because they still fought back. So, let's help each other out. Kung hindi man, even if we know that the odds are against us, even if we know na ang kalaban natin dito ay nasa poder and very powerful, okay lang yun. Fight back. Importante yun. And let's not demoralize the people who are trying their best to fight back. Sabi ni Juan Carlos, what was your reaction that our congressman questioned the confidence of VP Sara Duterte Carpio that she will win the impeachment trial against her. Yung kanilang disbelief, for me indicates na kahit sila may duda sila, even they are aware of kung gaano kanipis yung ebidensya nila, which means they have to do other things. So, hayaan mo silang maghabol. Sila yung mga tipong na, bakit confident ka? Confident si VP Inday because legally speaking, even we cannot see how they're going to make this fly. Not without a statement from the COA. Now, assuming that they get a statement from the COA, do they honestly think that those testimonies that are perjured will not be subject to review? Of course, they can be reviewed. The point being is that there is fight left in us. And we must use it. Kasi if you're going to give up and say, ay, they're too strong, higa na lang ako sa kalye and give up. Do you deserve the freedoms that we're fighting for kung hindi ka mag-fight? Sabi ni Daxi, it's easy to identify the tanim tao, lalo na sa mga live. Kasi sila ang nagdi-discourage. Let's all fight them back. Sabihin natin, tanim tao ka ba? Ganda naman yung term mo, tanim tao, di ba? Tanim double agent. Sabi ni Liana, di na uso ang pamaltir. Lahat ng maltir patay na. Time to fight back. Kakahiya sa mga bayani natin. Gusto ko nga yung reaction ng mga congressman mga tipong, ganun, see you in impeachment. So, walang wit. Hindi man lang sila naging witty sa kanilang sagot. Di ba? Parang that's the best that you can do. Caught unawares kayo. VP Sara projects confidence because she is confident. Because the evidence thus far. No. Not only that, hindi pwedeng surprise evidence dun sa Senado. Katulad, tingnan nyo yung nangyari. Hindi na dapat maulit yung ginawa nila kay Justice, kay CJ Corona. Hindi pwede yun. Hindi na natin tatanggapin yung mga ganyan. Yung mga, they wildly misinterpreted yung rules sa SALN. May SALN si CJ, and yet somehow, di ba, nasabi nila, ay hindi late, ay hindi mali, ay hindi kayo nag-file, etc. Mariosa. Yun, sabi ni Ma'am Janine, gusto kasi ng mga tao, positive outcome, pero duda, puro daldal, hindi naman nag-attend sa rally. Dapat full support sa mga lumalaban on our behalf. Totoo yan. Lalong-lalo na when people do pick it up. Halimbawa, o sige, dito sa Luminous, inaaral namin, ini-explain namin yung kaso, etc. May sasabi pa naman sa'yo bigla na, ba't hindi ikaw ang mag-file ng kaso? Okay, kaya ba namin? Okay, kami ba ang makakakuha ng ebidensya na yan? Kami ba mismo ang mga witnesses dyan? We can explain to you what's going on, but filing the case is a different thing altogether. It requires different set of resources. It also requires na hindi na kami maghahanap buhay. Pwede rin naman magsuko ng konting ganyan. Pero bakit kami lahat? Isn't anybody else going to help us? Isn't anybody else going to do this? Kaya namin in-explain para marami tayong kakampi. Para maraming nakakaintindi na, o sige, so there are lawyers who are willing to take up this cause. We encourage them to take up the cause. Yeah, para hindi yung turo kayo ng turo, ikaw mag-file ng kaso. Ang dami ng ginagawa, kumbaga, tinatambakan niya na nga yung mga vloggers, kami na nga humaharap sa NBI, ang daming kini-question sa amin, meron pa kaming Congress, meron pang ganito, pero gusto ninyo, hindi pa enough. Kumbaga, sa assessment niyo hindi pa enough yung ginagawa namin. Sabi ni letter, Camille Villar's recent endorsement by VP Sara signals a significant shift in political alignment that could affect both her senatorial campaign and the broader dynamics within the administration's coalition. While Alyansa para sa Bagong Pilipinas insists she remains part of their slate despite her absence from some sorties, her public alignment with Duterte appeals to the former president's loyal base and subtly distances her from the Marcos-led faction. Bitin, wag po masyadong mahaba pag sa Facebook po kayo nagpo-post kasi hindi na kumpleto dito sa StreamYard. Alam nyo, importante rin to get more people helping out, more people posting. Alam nyo yung more people posting, ayan, ang dami na tuloy magagaling na nagwa-vlog. Ang dami na tuloy, kumbaga, nasi-spread out yan. Because in the end, the administration cannot put all of us in jail. Hindi nila kakayanin yan, not without major repercussions. At ganun ang nangyari sa tatay ni BBM, di ba? Ay. Sabi ni Kayden, yes, we fight back. Dahil iba na din ang narrative ng admin. They said na may Manchurian candidates, na Senate candidates. Alam naman natin kaninong kampo nila aligned yun. Sabi ni Juan Dangkal, yan ang difference ng news reporting and journalism, which is analysis and opinion making. Sabi ni Isagani, nagulat daw si Torres sa isinampang kaso sa kanya. Nagulat siya that somebody would have the audacity to file a case against him. I'm not sure what to think about that kind of reaction. Strategic ang gawa ni Sara na endorse Amy para makakuha ng vote ang PDP laban sa North. Kaya hayaan nyo na si Sara. She knows better in politics watching from Perth. And also, Camille. I mean, we're not just talking about Amy, pero maganda yung ginawa ni Amy dito. Iniisip talaga. In fairness, as a senator, wala akong masyadong mareklamo kay Madam Amy, no? Lalong-lalo na dito. And it is necessary. Kasi remember, if we don't fight back, they will just keep going after us and going after us and going after us. And remember, the plan is to try to jail without bail as many of the leaders of the Duterte-aligned factions or Duterte-aligned groups to detain or to imprison as many of the leaders or perceived leaders of the Duterte-aligned factions. Dali lang. So, bakit si Camille? Now, we already know that si Kong Camille belongs to the Villar family, and Cynthia Villar was essential in VP Inday Sara's campaign for the vice presidency. Did you know that? Cynthia Villar has been a supporter of VP Inday for the longest time, and it is necessary for the VP to have this kind of support. Now, yes, many of us, including myself, have been critical of Senator Cynthia Villar, and that's okay, because that's the nature of it. Talaga, that's the nature of politics. Ako, I am happy that VP Inday has that kind of support, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon, when all the oligarchs are aligned with the Marcos administration. Well, most of them. What happens if Gwen Garcia does not follow the directive of the ombudsman? The ombudsman can file a contempt charge in a regular court or in the Syndican Bayan for the enforcement of its order. Yeah, there are two kinds of contempt. One is you have the power to cite in contempt, then you issue an order of contempt. Now, the second is you can file a case with the regular courts for a finding of contempt. The judge will conduct the usual due process, and if she doesn't show up, then an order will issue from the court, which can be enforced by regular law enforcement. Ay, piyesta ba sa Bagna? Malolos, Bulacan? Happy piyesta. Pakikamusta na lang ang mga kamag-anak dyan. Sabi ni Monica, we should set Inday as an example on how to fight back head-on sa kalaban. Especially when you know na malinis konsyensya mo at wala kang ginagawang masama. Kailangan ipakita sa mga kalaban na gusto tayo pabagsakin na hindi sila magtatagumpay. See you in court and I'll be there in my red stilettos. Ganun, correct. So also, reminder, let's not forget na, ano nga ba ito? Panaw, number 18. Okay? Kasi, yung, di ba, fighting back tayo niyan. Vote for Lorraine Badoy. Imagine nyo, pagdating niya sa Kongreso, manalo yan. Magtarayan sila ni Martin Romualdez, di ba? Ang exciting. Sabi ni Ma'am Sarah Jane Barlas, first quarter pa lang ng taon pero almost half a trillion pesos na ang deficit ng government. Sobrang laki ng nawawala kaysa sa kinikita. I think what they're trying to do is, hindi sila umiiwas sa possible economic crash. Bakit? Because it impoverishes everybody at sila lang ang may pera and therefore mas lalo silang mamamayagpag. Thank you, Ma'am Melody. Panaw, don't forget. Thank you very much. Para dun sa hindi pa bumoboto. Or pwede rin to, Bisaya. Yun, si Sir Greco Bellica. Ang bait-bait ni Sir Grex. At totoo niyan, hindi nga. He's like, pag na-meet niyo na ba si Sir Grex, ang bait niyan, yung very kalmado magsalita, very unassuming. So, okay din na manalo ang Bisaya yun. Pero meron din akong kasi kay Lorraine, na dadating siya. Yung tema talaga is, babangon ako, dudurugin kita, ganyan. Pasok siya dun sa I cannot wait talaga for State of the Nation. Okay, BBS Las Vegas, paano kung matalo si Amy? Sinong pwedeng magpatuloy ng kaso? Siya pa rin. Hindi naman nagre-rely on whether or not she's a senator. Ay, Ma'am Alice, ginigipit talaga nila mga Duterte. May nakapost po na nangyari sa Davao na pinapakita na hiniheadbutt ni Kong Pulong isang suspect. Hindi nga ako nagkukomento dyan because it lacks context eh. So, assuming na siya yun. Ang dami pang questions about it eh. So, assuming na siya yun, ano yung konteksto? Wala pang lumilitaw about the full context. So, we have to wait and see for that. Pero ako ang tingin ko, ang daming kung nakikita, paano nagkaroon ng CCTV na ganyan? Winave ba nila yung rights nila? And so on, di ba? Dami pang questions. So ako, I'm waiting for a fuller set of facts, which will include the context. Sabi ni Ma'am Garcia, sabi po ni Attorney Conti, posible daw yung argument ni Attorney Kaufman sa pagbabasura sa case ni Erwin. Two questions for you on this one. Well, first, my reaction. Of course, Attorney Conti will say that because she's on the other end. Lawyers are advocates. Attorney Kaufman advocates for PRD. Attorney Conti advocates for the so-called victims. Sorry for the term so-called because until such a time as the court actually makes a ruling, it will still be alleged victims. Okay? So, hindi nakakagulat yung ganyan. Here is my question for you. If this is not a question, in other words, you came here para ipalaganap yung sinabi ni Attorney Conti. I get it. You're probably looking for understanding or for so that we can discuss this, and I get that. But there are people na for no apparent reason, ulit sila ng ulit kung ano yung sinabi ng kabila, pero magpapanggap sila na na pro Duterte. Wag nyong try not to do this. Kumbaga, it's okay if the purpose is for discussion, but if the purpose is to publicize what Attorney Conti is saying, ibang usapan yan. Next. The video came from radio stations. That is my point. Dun sa saan nila kinuha yan? And did they get a waiver of the privacy? Because these were taken, obviously, these were taken in a private circumstance. Again, like I'm saying, is that this appears to lack context. Grandma Mommy says, agree ako dyan. Pag wala si Sen Aimee, talagang walang mangyayari. Kaya we need to support her. Let's put her back in the Senate. Lahat ng mga pro-Duterte kailangan maging united with VP Inday. Sabi ni Floren, paano nagulat si Torre? Was the one encouraging people to file complaints against him. Nagulat siya that somebody actually picked it up. Sabi ni Liana, yes, I'm waiting for Kong Pulong's statement kasi di pa nila nare-receiving kopya ng reklamo. Inuna ang SOCMED daw kesa pag-file. Totoo. Teka muna. Sino tong sabi ni Spawn? Some attorney Kapunan hates VP Inday. Why? Which attorney Kapunan is this? Babae o lalaki? Which attorney Kapunan? There are several. May justice pa nga eh. Sabi ni Pobreng Pub, my son broke the Pulong video to me. I was laughing since the restaurant is named Hearsay Gastro Pub. Ganon? Sabi ni Tej, common sense naman na ganyan talaga sasabihin ni Conti kasi nga kontrapelo. Mga tanim DDS yung nagtanong. Hindi naman siguro. Maybe, but it would be nice if they include a question. Ito si What If lang. Bakit kayo mahilig sa hypothetical? Kasi hindi naman nangyayari. What if Manny Villar takes offense sa pagka-remove ng anak niya sa alyansa? Hindi naman siya tinanggal eh. Paano kung dalhin niya ang kanyang alyansa with the Dutertes? Will this be big for Sara? Ikaw, what do you think? Hi, Sir Ronel. Ano po yung issue ninyo with Mark Cutler? I haven't even seen his question. Sabi ni Teacher Mark, based on the documents ng NFA, may abnormal stocking sila this 2025, 3 to 4 times ng normal nilang stocks. This looks like gearing up sa 20 budol na bigas. Yes, they actually started. Kasi kailan ka ba pwedeng mag-stock up? Di ba during harvest time? Doon siya mag-start. So which attorney Kapunan? Wala pong sumasagot. Sabi ni Omar, go, 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 let's all vote straight PDP, da-da-da. Sabi ni Cyberite, ano ba batas dyan sa Pinas? Because dito sa US, kahit magmurahan kayo ng magmurahan, as long as you don't put your hand on the other person, okay lang, but as soon as you put a finger on the person, I think that goes without saying. Kasi dito din naman, iba naman yun. Pero merong mga slander. Si Ma'am Lorna Kapunan, well, she's probably just giving her opinion and that's all right. Pero alam naman po na, again lawyers are advocates. Not every lawyer will be objective when talking to you. Not every, and some lawyers, they will take a side. So Attorney Kapunan has taken a side. I don't know why you're giving it so much importance. Lawyers are people. Wow, anong problema nitong si Aris Asuncion at nag-wave siya ng China flag? Are you making some kind of accusation? Because hindi po umuubra yung ganyan eh. Come out and state it and give us your reasons why you think there's anybody here who is pro-China. Sige nga. And engage. Paakyatin kita if you want to. Anong stand nyo? Hindi po sikreto to, Sir Arvin. Matagal na naming sinasabi na may dayaan magaganap sa halalan at nagiging instrumento ng COMELEC ang lahat ng botante sa pagpapabor. Di lalong dapat bumoto so that everybody has a right to question it. I will not have any right to question the proceedings if I am not a part of it. So I will vote so that I will maintain my right to question the results. Sabi ni Faye, inantay pa nila maluma ang bigas bago nila binenta ng mura. Pwede pa nang ibaba ng gusto. Actually, hindi eh. Hindi nila binababa ng gusto. They bought it at, let's say, 33 pesos. They're selling it at 20. Hindi nila napababa ang presyo ng bigas. That is the lie. Kasi yung sabi ni BBM sa kanyang campaign promise, bababa ang presyo ng bigas. Hindi niya sinabing ang gobyerno ay magbebenta ng 20 pesos na bigas. When he promised during his campaign na siya po ay magpapababa ng presyo ng bigas, he said that he would fix the system. So, fix it. He is not fixing the system. He's allowing the government to take a huge loss in time for the elections. Actually, yes, sabi ni Cyberite, I'm talking about assault. Does assault need context? Yes, actually it does. Because there is such a thing as self-defense and so on. Oo, meron ding there is also what we call an incomplete self-defense would result in a mitigating circumstance. There are also special mitigating circumstances and so on. And there are issues of identity. Yung mga ganyan. So yes, context is necessary to establish if there are any defenses. I am happy lumabas yung news from HK about the money laundering case of the Marcos family. Kasi habang papalapit na ang 2028, parami ng parami ang na-encourage lumabas at magsalita against them. Nice. Boncho Pilato says, sabi ni BBM dati, hindi daw siya nangako ng 20 pesos per kilo ng bigas. Pangarap lang daw po yun. Hindi siya yung nagsabi niyan. Yung nagsabing pangarap are his flaws. Pero recently sa FB page niya tungkol doon, sabi niya, iyan ang pangako. Ano ba talaga? Pangako, pangarap lang. So, nangako siya. Kasi kinonfirm niya ni VP Inday. And yes, as the press secretary, I know that he did promise it. Sinasabihan nga ako ng mga trolls, hindi mo alam yung difference ng pangarap sa pangako. Ay hindi, alam ko yung difference at alam ko kung ano yung campaign promises ng Pangulo. Kasi contained in the inaugural address, SONA 1 and SONA 2, ay yung kanyang goal na ayusin yung agricultural system, yung agriculture system natin, at yung yung supply and logistics system sa agrikultura. So you cannot hindi niyo ako kayang ihulihin sa mga ganyan, pangarap lang yan. Hindi po ganon because we talked about how he was going to fix the system. And kilala ko pa kung sino yung nag-brief kay candidate BBM about agriculture and where are the areas na pwede niyang i-target, which he never did. He made it part of his campaign promise to fix the system. Bakit yung supply and logistics system? It is to give better bargaining power to the farmers. Kasi kung hindi sila mabubulukan ng bigas, then they can negotiate. Yung mga traders na nag-i-insist, ay 12 pesos lang ang babayad ko dyan. 18 pesos ang puhunan per kilo ng farmer. Minsan, nagpapalugi na lang ang farmer kesa mabulukan siya. Sasabihin kasi, isa-threaten sila ng traders, walang mag-o-offer sa'yo ng mas malaki. Benta mo na yan sa akin, otherwise mabubulukan ka ng bigas mo dyan. Wala ka, talo ka lang. Mas talo ka pa. Buti nang tumanggap ka ng 12 pesos per kilo para ang talo mo is 6 pesos per kilo lang. So, yan po ang solusyon ni President BBM nung kandidato siya. Pero hindi niya ginawa. So, itong 20 pesos per kilo, again, tama kayo. Pinangako niya na bababa ang presyo ng bigas kasi aayusin niya ang sistema. Yung nagsabing hindi pangarap lang yan, yan yung mga trolls niya. That was a communications gimmick para pahiyain yung mga naniningil ng 20 pesos ng bigas. So, you can tell na ang comms team niya ay kalat pa rin.